Sidewalk counselors are people who stand outside of abortion clinics and try to offer resources and support to people going in to get abortions. The pro-choice side often portrays these people as people standing outside of clinics yelling abusive things and terrifying women. There are people who do that, and they're a problem. They're not the same thing as sidewalk counselors. In fact, the sidewalk counselors I know find those people infuriating because they're treating women poorly and they're getting them to hurry into the clinic even faster without stopping to talk to anyone. The people who stand outside of clinics and yell at people are completely undermining what the sidewalk counselors are trying to do. Still, the two groups get conflated a lot, and people who don't know a lot about sidewalk counseling often think that any woman going to a clinic would not want to see a sidewalk counselor and that you're just increasing stigma and emotional difficulty for a decision she's already made her mind up about. It is a mistake to think that. It's true that there are plenty of women who don't want to see sidewalk counselors when they're going into a clinic, and it's true that there are plenty of women who feel very certain about their decision to abort, but it is not true that all of them feel that way. On the pro-life side of the fence, you hear stories all the time about women who weren't very sure about the abortion, or they felt they had to do it but they didn't really want to, and they were glad to have sidewalk counselors there to offer them help and support for the pregnancy that they actually wanted to carry. Anyone who is pro-choice, rather than specifically pro-abortion, should support processes that connect women who feel like they have to get abortions but don't necessarily want to resources that allow them to have their child. Here's a specific example from our blog, how Gabriella became a sidewalk counselor outside the clinic where she had her abortion. She explains that she was pro-choice her whole life and she did not want to have kids. She got pregnant when her IUD failed, she was terrified, and abortion seemed like the logical choice. Initially after her abortion, she felt relief, and then she explained, the day after, I felt a despair and hopelessness and horror at what I had done, unlike anything I have ever experienced in my life. It's still hard to talk about. She's done a lot of work over the years to try to heal from that, and one of the things she's done is join a local sidewalk advocacy group. She felt that being a sidewalk counselor gave her an opportunity to use her story and her trauma and her pain for good. In particular, she said, I wish, more than anything, that someone had been on the sidewalk when I went to get my abortion. I now want to be that person for others and hopefully prevent other women and unborn babies from going through what I and my unborn child went through. And she goes on to talk about a woman she's met who went to an abortion clinic to get an abortion, and a sidewalk counselor changed her mind, and now her child is 3 years old and she's very grateful to have her child. And again, our side has women telling stories like these all the time. Gabriella sidewalk counsels outside the same clinic where she got her abortion because she knows very well firsthand what it's like to be the woman walking into the clinic who wishes someone would give her some other option. I totally understand pro-choice people objecting to people standing outside of clinics and yelling at everyone, and I agree. But if you're pro-choice, keep in mind that not everyone standing outside of a clinic is doing that, and a lot of people standing outside of clinics are offering services, resources, and options that some women walking into clinics would really like to have.